English tenses are used to indicate the time of an action or event. They allow us to express whether an action takes place in the past, present, or future. English has three main time divisions: present, past, and future. Each of these is further divided into simple, continuous, progressive, perfect, and perfect continuous forms. 1. Present tenses. The present tense refers to actions or events happening now, regularly, or habitually. It includes four forms: a. Present simple, used for habitual actions, general truths, or fixed facts. Structure: subject base verb, with s for third person singular. Example: positive, she walks to school every day. Negative, she does not walk to school. Question: does she walk to school? b. Present continuous, progressive, used for actions happening right now or ongoing events. Structure: subject am, is, are verb ing. Example: positive, they are playing football now. Negative, they are not playing football. Question: are they playing football? c. Present perfect, used for actions that started in the past and are still relevant to the present or just completed. Structure: subject have, has past participle. Example: positive, I have finished my homework. Negative, I have not finished my homework. Question: have you finished your homework? d. Present perfect continuous, used for actions that started in the past and are still continuing or have recently stopped. Structure: subject have, has been verb ing. Example: positive, we have been working on this project for hours. Negative, we have not been working on this project for hours. Question: have you been working on this project? 2. Past tenses. The past tense is used to express actions that have already happened. Like the present, it includes four forms: a. Past simple, used for completed actions at a specific time in the past. Structure: subject past form of verb, regular verbs add, ed, irregular verbs vary. Example: positive, she visited her grandmother last weekend. Negative, she did not visit her grandmother. Question: did she visit her grandmother? b. Past continuous, used for ongoing actions in the past or actions interrupted by another action. Structure: subject was, were verb ing. Example: positive, he was watching TV when the phone rang. Negative, he was not watching TV when the phone rang. Question: was he watching TV? c. Past perfect, used to describe actions completed before another past action. Structure: subject had past participle. Example: positive, they had left by the time we arrived. Negative, they had not left by the time we arrived. Question: had they left before we arrived? d. Past perfect continuous, used for actions that started in the past and continued until another action in the past. Structure: subject had been verb ing. Example: positive, she had been working for 3 hours when we called her. Negative, she had not been working for 3 hours. Question: had she been working for 3 hours? 3. Future tenses. The future tense expresses actions that will happen. It also includes four forms: a. Future simple, used for actions that will happen in the future or decisions made at the moment of speaking. Structure: subject will base form of verb. Example: positive, I will go to the store tomorrow. Negative, I will not go to the store tomorrow. Question: will you go to the store? b. Future continuous, used for actions that will be ongoing at a specific time in the future. Structure: subject will be verb ing. Example: positive, he will be working at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Negative, he will not be working at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Question: will he be working at 6 p.m.? c. Future perfect, used for actions that will be completed before a certain point in the future. Structure: subject will have past participle. Example: positive, by next week, I will have finished the book. Negative, by next week, I will not have finished the book. Question: will you have finished the book by then? D. Future perfect continuous. Used for actions that will have been going on for a period of time before a specific point in the future. Structure. Subject will have been verb ing. Example, positive. By December, she will have been studying for 5 years. Negative. By December, she will not have been studying for 5 years. Question. Will she have been studying for 5 years? Key points to remember. Simple forms express completed or habitual actions. Continuous, progressive, forms focus on ongoing actions. Perfect forms emphasize completed actions or the result of an action. Perfect continuous forms highlight the duration of an action. Each tense has a unique role in expressing when an action occurs, its completion, or how long it has been going on. Here are 20 useful English words that are versatile, common, and important for English learners, along with their descriptions. Hello, a greeting or expression used to acknowledge someone when meeting or communicating. Example, hello. How are you today? Goodbye, a farewell or expression used when leaving someone or ending communication. Example, goodbye. See you tomorrow, please, a polite word used to request something. Example, could you help me, please? Thank you, an expression of gratitude or appreciation. Example, thank you for your help. Sorry, a word used to apologize or express regret. Example, I'm sorry for being late. Yes, a word used to affirm or agree with something. Example, yes, I would like some water. No, a word used to deny or refuse something. Example, no, I don't have time right now. Help, a word used to ask for assistance or offer it. Example, can you help me with this task? Like, used to express preference or fondness for something. Example, I like this movie a lot. Need, used to express necessity or something required. Example, I need to study for my exam. Want, expresses a desire for something. Example, I want to go to the beach. Know, to have knowledge or awareness about something. Example, do you know where the library is? Understand, to grasp the meaning or significance of something. Example, I understand what you're saying. Can, expresses ability or possibility. Example, I can swim very well. Will, used to indicate future intention or willingness. Example, I will call you later. Do, a verb used to ask or talk about actions. Example, what do you want to do today? Be, used to describe identity, qualities, or states of being. Example, she is a teacher. Have, to own, possess, or experience something. Example, I have a new phone. Make, to create, produce, or cause something to happen. Example, can you make a sandwich? Take, to grasp or receive something, or to go somewhere. Example, take this book with you. These words are building blocks for English communication, helping you in everyday conversations. To effectively practice English and improve your skills, try incorporating these methods into your learning routine. 1. Daily conversations. Speak English every day, even if it's just with yourself. Practice greetings like hello, goodbye, and polite expressions such as thank you and sorry. Ask questions like, how are you? Or can you help me? To engage in simple dialogues. 2. Language exchange. Find a language partner online or in person who speaks English. Use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. Practice by having short conversations using common words like want, need, know, etc. 3. Use apps websites. Apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise are great for interactive vocabulary and sentence-building exercises. Websites like BBC Learning English offer free lessons with real-world phrases and scenarios. 4. Write daily. Keep a journal and write short entries every day, using words like be, have, make, do, etc. Write about what you did, what you want, or what you plan to do tomorrow. Example, today. I went to the park. I want to study more English tomorrow. 5. Listen, repeat. Listen to English podcasts, audiobooks, or YouTube channels like English Class 101. Focus on how words like can, understand, help are used in sentences. Repeat the sentences aloud to improve pronunciation and fluency. 6. Flashcards for vocabulary. Create flashcards for each of the words. On one side, write the word, e.g., help, and on the other side, its meaning and example sentence. Review these flashcards daily to memorize the words. 7. Real-life application. When you order food, buy something, or ask for directions, try using the words you've learned. Use please, thank you, sorry, and help in real-life situations. 8. Watch movie shows. Watch English movies or TV shows with subtitles. Focus on how basic words are used in everyday speech. Try to mimic the character's way of speaking, especially when they use words like, want, and know. 9. Practice questions answers. Practice forming questions and answers. What do you like? Do you want to eat? Can you help me? 10. Join English groups or classes. Join a conversation group, in person or online, where you can practice speaking. Enroll in an English class to get feedback from a teacher on how to use words correctly. The key to progress is consistency. Practice using these words in real conversations, writing, and listening every day to gradually build your confidence. Starting to learn and practice English can feel overwhelming, but if you break it down into simple steps, it becomes easier. Here's how to get started. 1. Set clear goals. Why are you learning English? E.g., for work, travel, or socializing, set small, manageable goals. For example, I will learn 10 new words this week, or I will have a basic conversation in English within a month. 2. Begin with the basics. Start with essential words and phrases like greetings, hello, goodbye, common verbs, want, need, like, and polite expressions, please, thank you. Focus on simple sentences first. For example, I am John, I like pizza, I need water. 3. Build a routine, daily practice. Dedicate at least 10 to 15 minutes every day to learning. Include different activities: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Morning, listen to a short English podcast or YouTube video. Afternoon, write a few sentences about your day in English. Evening, practice speaking out loud, even to yourself. 4. Learn vocabulary in context. Don't just memorize words. Use them in sentences. For example, if you learn the word want, practice with, I want coffee. Do you want to go out? 5. Practice listening. Listen to simple English conversations, news, or songs. Start with slow, clear content. Apps like BBC Learning English or YouTube channels like English Addict are great for beginners. 6. Start speaking immediately, don't be afraid of mistakes. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Practice talking to yourself about your day, asking questions, and giving answers. Example: what do I want for lunch? I want a sandwich. 7. Use free learning resources, download apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or HelloTalk to practice vocabulary and speaking. Join websites like BBC Learning English or ESL Lab to get free lessons. 8. Find a language partner. Use apps like Tandem or HelloTalk to find someone to practice English with. If possible, speak with a native speaker or another learner online. 9. Watch and read in English. Start watching simple English shows or videos with subtitles. Read children's books or simple articles in English to build confidence. 10. Be consistent. Consistency is key. Stick to a daily routine. Even 10 minutes a day adds up over time. Track your progress. After a week, check if you've learned new words or can understand more. Sample 7-day beginner routine. Day 1. Learn 5 basic greetings. Hello, goodbye, how are you? Day 2. Practice asking and answering questions, e.g., what's your name? My name is. Day 3. Listen to a short English video or podcast, 5 to 10 minutes. Day 4. Write 3 sentences about what you like, e.g., I like music. I like to read. Day 5. Learn 5 more verbs, e.g., want, need, have, know, like. Day 6. Speak out loud, introducing yourself and saying 3 things you like. Day 7. Review everything you learned during the week. Remember, start small. You don't need to learn everything at once. Enjoy the process and celebrate small successes. Good luck. Dialogue 1. Greetings, you. Hi. How are you today, John? Hey. I'm good, thanks. How about you? You. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Did you have a busy day, John? Yeah, it was a bit hectic, but I got through it. What about you? You. Same here. It feels good to finally relax now. Dialogue 2. At a cafe, barista. Hi, what can I get for you today? You. Hi. I'll have a medium cappuccino, please. Barista. Would you like anything else with that? You. No, that's all. Barista. Great. That'll be $4.50. You. Here you go, barista. Thanks. Your coffee will be ready in just a minute. You. Perfect. Thanks. Dialogue 3. Making plans. You. Hey, are you free this weekend, John? I think so. What's up, you? I was thinking of going hiking. Do you want to join, John? That sounds fun. What time were you thinking, you? Maybe around 9 a.m. on Saturday. Does that work for you, John? Yeah, that works. I'll bring some snacks, you. Awesome. See you then. Dialogue 4. Small talk at work. You. Good morning. Did you catch the game last night, John? Morning. Yes, I did. What a match, right? You. Totally. I didn't expect them to win, John, me neither. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, same here. Anyway, ready for another busy day, John, as ready as I can be, I guess. Let's do this. Dialogue 5, asking for directions. Excuse me, do you know where the nearest bank is? John, sure. It's just around the corner. Walk straight, and you'll see it on your left. Thanks a lot, John, no problem. Have a good day, you too. Dialogue 6, shopping at a store. Excuse me, can you help me find the cereal aisle? Store clerk, of course. It's aisle 5, just down this way, thanks. And do you know if you have any discounts on these today? Store clerk, let me check. Yes, there's a 10% discount on all breakfast items. Great. I'll grab a couple of boxes, then. Store clerk, perfect. Anything else I can help you with? No, that's all. Thanks for your help, store clerk, you're welcome. Have a good day. Dialogue 7, at the doctor's office. Doctor, hi, how are you feeling today? Patient, not too great, actually. I've had a headache for a couple of days. Doctor, I see. Any other symptoms? Patient, just a bit of dizziness. But no fever or anything. Doctor, okay, I'll check your vitals and see what might be going on. Patient, thanks, doctor, no problem. Let's start by taking your blood pressure. Dialogue 8, running late. Hey, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to be about 15 minutes late. John, no worries. Take your time. Where are you now? I'm stuck in traffic, but I should be there soon. John, that's okay. I'll grab a coffee while I wait. Thanks for being patient. I'll see you soon, John, no problem. Drive safe. Dialogue 9, asking about a movie. Did you see the new action movie that came out last weekend? John, yeah, I saw it last night. It was amazing. Really? I've been thinking about going. Is it worth watching in theaters? John, definitely. The special effects are incredible, and the plot keeps you on edge. Nice. I'll check it out this weekend then. John, you won't regret it. Let me know what you think after. Dialogue 10, at the airport. Airport staff, may I see your boarding pass, please? Traveler, sure, here it is. Airport staff, thank you. You're all set for gate 12. Boarding will begin in 30 minutes. Traveler, great, thanks. Is there a cafe nearby? Airport staff, yes, just past security on your left. Traveler, perfect. I'll grab a coffee while I wait. Thanks for your help, airport staff, you're welcome. Have a safe flight. Dialogue 11, booking a restaurant reservation. Hello, I'd like to make a reservation for dinner, please. Restaurant host, sure. What day and time were you thinking? This Saturday at 7 p.m. for 2 people. Restaurant host, let me check. Yes, we have a table available at that time. Can I get your name? It's Sarah Thompson, restaurant host. Great, you're all set for 7 p.m. this Saturday, Ms. Thompson. You. Thank you, restaurant host. We look forward to seeing you. Dialogue 12, asking about weather. You. Do you know what the weather will be like tomorrow, John? I think it's supposed to rain in the afternoon. You? Oh no, I was planning a picnic, John. Maybe you can do it in the morning. Before the rain starts. You. Good idea. I'll check the forecast and adjust my plans. Thanks for the heads up, John. No problem. Enjoy your picnic. Dialogue 13, borrowing something. You. Hey, do you mind if I borrow your charger for a bit? My phone is about to die. John. Sure. It's in my bag, let me grab it for you. You. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. I'll give it back as soon as my phone's charged. John. No rush. Take your time. You. I appreciate it, John. Anytime. Dialogue 14, talking about hobbies. You. So, what do you like to do in your free time, John? I'm really into photography. I love capturing landscapes. You. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite place to shoot, John? Yeah, there's this park near my house with amazing views, especially at sunset. You. Sounds beautiful. I'd love to see some of your photos sometime, John. I'd be happy to show you. Maybe we can go shoot together sometime. You. I'd love that. Dialogue 15, complimenting a friend. You. Wow, I love your outfit today, John. Thanks so much. I just got this jacket yesterday. You. It looks great on you. Where did you get it, John? I found it at this little boutique downtown. You. I might need to check that place out, John. Definitely. Using the with proper nouns follows specific rules, depending on the type of noun. Here's a breakdown of when to use the with proper nouns. 1. Geographical names, countries. Generally, you don't use the with country names, but there are exceptions. Without the France, Japan, India. With the use the with countries that have plural names, the United States, the Netherlands, the Philippines. Descriptive forms, the United Kingdom, the United Arab Emirates, the Czech Republic. Rivers, oceans, seas, and mountain ranges, always use the. Nile, the Pacific Ocean, the Alps, lakes and individual mountains, do not use the. Lake Victoria. Mount Everest, regions, use the with well-known geographical regions, the Middle East, the Arctic, the Sahara. 2. Buildings, institutions, and organizations, famous buildings or landmarks, use the with well-known buildings or monuments, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, the Taj Mahal. Universities, it depends on how the name is structured. With the use the if university is followed by of the University of Cambridge, the University of California. Without the use no article if the name stands alone. Harvard University, Stanford University. Organizations, usually use the with organizations, the United Nations, the World Health Organization. 3. Newspapers and media outlets, use the with most newspaper names, the New York Times, the Washington Post. Without the, sometimes with magazines or other media outlets, Time Magazine, National Geographic. 4. Famous works of art, literature, and music, use the with the titles of famous works, if it's part of the title, The Lord of the Rings, the Mona Lisa. Without the for some works where the is not part of the title, Harry Potter, Romeo and Juliet. 5. People's names, without the never use the with most people's names. Barack Obama, Albert Einstein, with the use the in specific cases to indicate a famous family or to differentiate between people with the same name, the Obamas, the Kennedys, the Michael Jordan I know. 6. Proper noun modifiers. When a proper noun is modified by an adjective, use the Great Wall of China, the famous Beatles song. 7. Organizations with descriptive names, use the when an organization's name describes its function, the International Red Cross, the National Gallery. In summary, the is often used with descriptive or plural proper nouns, specific landmarks, institutions, and works of art, while singular names, like people, cities, individual lakes, and countries, typically don't use it unless the name itself requires it. Is the always necessary? No, the is not always necessary, and whether you use it depends on specific rules, context, and the type of proper noun you're referring to. Here's a deeper look into when the is necessary, optional, or inappropriate. 1. Situations where the is necessary, geographical names, certain types, use the with specific kinds of geographical names, rivers, seas, oceans, mountain ranges, the Nile, the Atlantic, the Rockies, plural countries or regions, the United States, the Netherlands, the Himalayas, famous landmarks and buildings. Often, the is essential, the Statue of Liberty, the White House, the Eiffel Tower. Newspapers almost always include the New York Times, the Guardian. Organizations and institutions use the when the name describes the organization's function or has a specific structure, the United Nations, the World Bank, the European Union. Families or famous groups use the for plural family names or notable groups, the Obamas, the Beatles. 2. Situations where the is not necessary, people's names, never use the with most individual names, Barack Obama, Taylor Swift, Nelson Mandela. Cities, towns, and countries, mostly singular, the is usually unnecessary with the names of cities and singular countries, Paris, Tokyo, India, Brazil, universities and colleges, depending on structure. Without the use no article for most institutions where university is followed by a proper noun, Harvard University, Stanford University, with the use the only if the institution name is University of X, the University of Oxford, the University of Texas. Lakes and individual mountains, do not use the with lakes or individual mountain names. Lake Michigan, Mount Everest. Magazines and other media, many magazine names do not require the Time, Vogue, Forbes. 3. Optional or contextual use of the countries with descriptive names. Sometimes, the can be optional depending on formality or style. The Sudan, older usage, versus Sudan. The Gambia, often used with the versus Gambia, famous people in certain contexts. The can be used when referring to a famous person or family in a particular, notable way. The Michael Jackson we knew, distinguishing from another person with the same name. The Clintons are known for their political influence. Artistic or historic titles, when discussing artistic or historic figures. You might use the to highlight their role or significance. The Great Shakespeare. 4. Stylistic variations, in journalism and casual speech, the may be dropped in headlines or short forms. UN meets today, instead of the UN meets today. Conclusion, the is not always necessary. It depends on the specific noun and context. The article is mandatory for some types of nouns, for example, plural country names or rivers, unnecessary for others, for example, individual names, cities, and optional or contextual in certain cases, for example, artistic titles or famous groups. Knowing the rules helps decide when it's appropriate to use or omit the Understanding how to use be, being, and been can help you grasp the different aspects of English grammar, particularly when dealing with verb tenses, the passive voice, and continuous actions. Let's break them down individually. 1. Be is the base or infinitive form of the verb. It is used in various ways, including forming tenses, expressing conditions, and linking subjects to complements. Uses of be as an auxiliary verb to form tenses. In the simple future tense, I will be at the office tomorrow. In the imperative mood, be quiet. Giving an instruction or command. With modal verbs, I should be more careful. They might be here by noon. Linking verb, used to describe a state or condition. She is happy. Linking she to the adjective happy. Describes what something is. He is a teacher. Passive voice. The book will be published next year. The action is happening to the subject, but the subject is not doing the action. Examples: I will be there tomorrow. It is important to be on time. They want to be successful. 2. Being is the present participle form of be, and it refers to an action happening in the present or continuous form. It is often used to indicate ongoing action or a state of existence. Uses of being in continuous tenses, used with continuous forms of the verb to show that something is happening over a period of time. He is being rude. Right now, in the present, they were being watched. In the past, they were under surveillance. In the passive voice, continuous, the cake is being baked. Focus on the ongoing action, where cake is the object receiving the action. As a gerund, noun form, being honest is important. Here, being functions as a noun and means the state of being honest. Examples: she is being annoying today. Ongoing action in the present. The project is being managed by a new team. Ongoing action in the passive voice. Being a teacher requires patience. Using being as a noun. 3. Been is the past participle form of be. It is used in perfect tenses to describe actions or situations that started in the past but have a connection to the present. Uses of been, present perfect tense, used to describe actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past but still have relevance now. I have been to Paris. The experience of going to Paris happened before but is relevant now. She has been working here for 5 years. The action started in the past and continues in the present. It, past perfect tense, describes actions that were completed before another action in the past. They had been friends before the argument. The friendship ended before the argument. Passive voice, perfect tenses, the house has been painted. The house received the action of being painted. Examples: I have been to this restaurant before. Experience. They have been studying for hours. Action continuing. The report has been completed. Passive voice. Summary of differences. Be, used in infinitive forms, future tense, with modal verbs, and as a linking verb. I will be there. Being, used in continuous tenses or as a gerund, often referring to actions or states that are ongoing. He is being helpful. Been, used in perfect tenses or passive constructions to show completed actions or states in the past with present relevance. I have been to the store. Key points to remember. Be, the base form used for various tenses and conditions. Being, used for ongoing actions, continuous tenses, or as a noun, gerund, been, the past participle used in perfect tenses or passive forms. By mastering the use of these forms, you'll be able to communicate more effectively about different times, states, and actions in English. Difference with active voice. The difference between the active voice and the use of be, being, and been primarily lies in how actions are expressed in a sentence and who performs them. Active voice. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action, meaning the subject performs the verb. Example of active voice: the chef cooks dinner. Here, the chef, subject, is performing the action of cooks, verb, on dinner, object, passive voice. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action instead of performing it. The focus is shifted from the doer of the action to the recipient of the action. How be, being, and been function in passive voice. These forms are frequently used to create the passive voice, especially in different tenses, because the passive voice requires the verb to be followed by the past participle of the main verb. 1. Be. In passive voice, be is used to create the passive in simple tenses. Examples: present simple passive, dinner is cooked by the chef. Here, dinner, the object, is now the subject, and the action is being done to it. Future simple passive, the report will be written by the student. The subject, report, receives the action of being written in the future. 2. Being. In passive voice, being is used in the passive voice when referring to continuous actions. Examples: present continuous passive, the house is being painted. The subject, house, is not painting itself but receiving the action, ongoing, of being painted. Past continuous passive, the car was being repaired yesterday. The action of repairing was happening continuously in the past. 3. Been. In passive voice, been is used in the passive voice with perfect tenses. Examples: present perfect passive, the homework has been done by the students. The action, done, is completed and affects the present, with the subject, homework, receiving the action. Past perfect passive, the contract had been signed before the deadline. The subject, contract, received the action of being signed at some point in the past, before another past event. Comparison of active and passive voice with be, being, and been, active voice, the subject performs the action directly. Active with be, the manager will be at the meeting. Describes a future state of the subject. Active with being, he is being difficult today. Describes an ongoing state of the subject. Active with been, she has been working here for years. Describes an ongoing action that began in the past and continues. Passive voice, the subject receives the action, and the focus shifts to what happens to the subject rather than who performs the action. Passive with be, the document will be signed by the manager. Future tense passive, the action of signing will happen to the document. Passive with being, the documents are being reviewed. Present continuous passive, the reviewing is happening to the documents. Passive with been, the documents have been approved. Present perfect passive, the action of approving is completed, and the result is relevant now. Summary of active versus passive with be, being, and been, active voice, focuses on the doer of the action. The chef cooks dinner. Active, passive voice, focuses on the recipient of the action. Dinner is cooked by the chef. Passive with be, dinner is being cooked. Passive with being in continuous action. Dinner has been cooked. Passive with been in perfect tense. Key takeaways: in active voice, the subject is the one doing the action. In passive voice, the subject receives the action, and the forms be, being, and been are crucial in creating passive structures. Understanding basic English grammar is essential for effective communication, whether you're speaking, writing, reading, or listening. Grammar provides the rules that govern how words are combined to form meaningful sentences. Here is an overview of the fundamental components of English grammar. 1. Parts of speech. English words are categorized into different parts of speech based on their function in a sentence. The main parts of speech include: A. Nouns. Definition: words that name people, places, things, or ideas. Examples: dog, city, happiness, book. B. Pronouns. Definition: words that replace nouns to avoid repetition. Examples: he, she, it, they, who. C. Verbs. Definition: words that express actions, states, or occurrences. Examples: run, is, seem, become. D. Adjectives. Definition: words that describe or modify nouns and pronouns. Examples: happy, blue, large, quick. E. Adverbs. Definition: words that modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs, often ending in ly. Examples: quickly, very, well, silently. F. Prepositions. Definition: words that show relationships between nouns, or pronouns, and other words in a sentence. Examples: in, on, at, between, under. G. Conjunctions. Definition: words that connect words, phrases, or clauses. Examples: and, but, or, because, although. H. Interjections. Definition: words that express strong emotions or sudden bursts of feeling. Examples: wow, ouch, hey, oh. 2. Sentence structure. Understanding how to structure sentences correctly is crucial for clear communication. English typically follows a subject-verb-object (SVO) order. Basic sentence components: subject, the person or thing performing the action; verb, the action or state of being; object, the person or thing receiving the action. Example: she, subject, reads, verb, a book, object. B. Types of sentences. Declarative, makes a statement. Example: I enjoy reading. Interrogative, asks a question. Example: do you like coffee? Imperative, gives a command or request. Example: please close the door. Exclamatory, expresses strong emotion. Example: what a beautiful day. 3. Verb tenses. Verb tenses indicate the time of action or state of being. English has three main tenses: past, present, and future, each with four aspects. Present tense, simple present, I walk. Present continuous, I am walking. Present perfect, I have walked. Present perfect continuous, I have been walking. B. Past tense, simple past, I walked. Past continuous, I was walking. Past perfect, I had walked. Past perfect continuous, I have been walking. C. Future tense, simple future, I will walk. Future continuous, I will be walking. Future perfect, I will have walked. Future perfect continuous, I will have been walking. For subject-verb agreement, subjects and verbs must agree in number, singular or plural. Singular subject, the cat runs fast. Plural subject, the cats run fast. Note, some subjects may appear plural but are singular, such as collective nouns or subjects joined by and. 5. Articles define nouns as specific or unspecific. Definite article refers to a specific item. Example, the book on the table is mine. B. Indefinite articles, and, refers to a nonspecific item. Use, before consonant sounds, a cat. Use, and, before vowel sounds, an apple. 6. Modifiers. Modifiers provide additional information about other elements in a sentence. They should be placed close to the word they modify to avoid confusion. Adjectives and adverbs. Adjective example, the blue sky. Adverb example, she sings beautifully. B. Misplaced and dangling modifiers. Misplaced, incorrect placement causing confusion. Incorrect, she almost drove her kids to school every day. Correct, she drove her kids to school almost every day. Dangling, modifier has no clear subject. Incorrect, running quickly, the finish line was crossed. Correct. Running quickly, she crossed the finish line. 7. Pronouns and their cases. Pronouns change form based on their function in a sentence. A. Subjective case, used as the subject. Examples, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. B. Objective case, used as the object. Examples, me, you, him, her, it, us, them. C. Possessive case, shows ownership. Examples, my/mine, your/yours, his, her/hers, its, our/ours, their/theirs. Example sentence, she, subjective, gave the book to him. Objective. It is her, possessive, book. 8. Prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. Example, she sat on the chair. 9. Conjunctions and compound sentences. Conjunctions connect words, phrases, or clauses. Coordinating conjunctions. Fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or. Yet, so. Example, I wanted to go, but it was raining. B. Subordinating conjunctions. Connect dependent clauses to independent clauses. Examples, because, although, since, unless. Example, I stayed home because it was raining. C. Compound sentences. Consist of two independent clauses joined by a conjunction. Example, I wanted to read, and I found a good book. 10. Passive and active voice. A. Active voice, the subject performs the action. Example, the chef cooked the meal. B. Passive voice, the subject receives the action. Example, the meal was cooked by the chef. Note, active voice is generally preferred for clarity and directness. 11. Direct and indirect speech. A. Direct speech, quoting the exact words spoken. Example, she said, I am learning English. B. Indirect speech, paraphrasing what someone said. Example, she said that she was learning English. 12. Common grammar tips. A. Use correct verb forms. Ensure verbs match the subject in tense and number. Incorrect, he go to school. Correct, he goes to school. B. Avoid sentence fragments. Ensure each sentence has at least a subject and a verb. Fragment, because I was late. Complete, I missed the bus because I was late. C. Punctuation matters. Use commas, periods, question marks, and other punctuation marks appropriately to clarify meaning. D. Consistent tense. Maintain the same tense throughout a sentence or related sentences unless a shift in time is necessary. example. Incorrect. She was walking to the store and buys some bread, correct. She was walking to the store and bought some bread, 13. Practice and application. To effectively grasp English grammar, practice is essential. Here are some tips. 1. Read regularly. Exposure to well-structured sentences enhances understanding. 2. Write daily. Practice writing sentences, paragraphs, and essays to apply grammatical rules. 3. Use grammar resources. Utilize grammar books, online exercises, and language apps. 4. Seek feedback. Have others review your writing to identify and correct mistakes. 5. Engage in conversations. Speaking with others helps reinforce correct grammar usage in real time. By familiarizing yourself with these basic grammar components and consistently practicing, you'll build a strong foundation for proficient English communication. Here's a simple guide to help you learn how to order food at a restaurant in English. I've broken it down step by step. 1. Arriving at the restaurant. When you arrive at a restaurant, someone, like a host or hostess, may ask if you have a reservation. Here's how you can respond. If you have a reservation, "Oh, I have a reservation," under the name, your name. If you don't have a reservation, "Oh, I don't have a reservation." Do you have a table for number of people? 2. When you sit down, the waiter will usually give you a menu and say something like, "Here's the menu. Can I get you anything to drink?" You can respond with, "I would like a drink, please. Can I have a water/coffee/tea?" 3. Looking at the menu. Take your time looking at the menu. When you are ready to order, the waiter may ask, "Are you ready to order? Can I take your order?" You can respond, "Yes, I'm ready. I'd like the name of the dish. I'll have the name of the dish, please." 4. Asking questions. If you need more information about a dish, you can ask questions like, "What's in the name of dish? Can you recommend something? Is this dish spicy/sweet?" 5. Making special requests. If you have special dietary preferences, you can ask, "Can I have this without ingredient? Can you make it vegetarian/vegan/gluten-free? I'm allergic to ingredient. Can you make sure it's not in my dish?" 6. After ordering, the waiter may say, "Would you like anything else?" You can respond with, "No, thank you. That's all for now." 7. After you've finished your meal, when you're done eating, the waiter might ask, "How was everything?" You can say, "It was great, thank you. It was delicious." 8. Asking for the bill. When you're ready to pay, you can ask, "Can I have the bill, please? Can I get the check, please?" The waiter may bring it to you, and you can say, "Thank you." 9. Tipping, optional. In some countries, in many countries, especially in the US, it is customary to leave a tip. A tip is usually 15 to 20% of the total bill. Example conversation, waiter, "Good evening. Do you have a reservation?" You, "No, we don't." Do you have a table for two? Waiter, "Sure, right this way. Here are your menus. Can I get you something to drink?" You, "I'll have water, please." Waiter, "Are you ready to order?" You, "Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken, please." Waiter, "Would you like anything else?" You, "No, thank you." Waiter, "How was everything?" You, "It was great, thank you." You, "Can I have the bill, please?" Let's work on pronunciation and detailed examples for everyday conversations. 1. Pronunciation practice. Here are some common English words and phrases you can practice with, along with tips on how to pronounce them. Hello, oh, say it like, hello. The H is soft, and the stress is on the second part of the word. How are you? Oh, say it like, how are you? The R is soft, and you sounds like you. Try not to overpronounce each word, let them flow together naturally. Thank you, oh say it like, thank you. The th sound in thank is soft, put your tongue between your teeth slightly, and you sounds like you. Can I have, oh say it like, can I have. The can I often blends together in fast speech, so it might sound like can I. 2. Daily conversations with examples. At a coffee shop, you, hi, I'd like a coffee, please. Barista, sure, would you like it hot or iced? You, I'll have it hot, please. Tips for pronunciation. I'd like sounds like I'd like, the I would becomes I'd and flows into like, please, say it with a soft S, like please. At a grocery store, you, excuse me, where can I find the bread? Shop assistant, it's in aisle 5, near the dairy section. You, thank you so much. Notice how, excuse me, sounds like xkyoz me, with a soft, z, sound, Thank you so much, can be spoken softly and naturally like thank you so much. Asking for directions, you, excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station? Person, go straight ahead and turn left at the traffic lights. You, thanks for your help. Key phrases here, go straight ahead, pronounced go straight ichd, turn left, make sure left is soft, not too strong, like left. 3. Practice dialogue. Here's an example of a dialogue you can use to practice both pronunciation and sentence structure. At a restaurant, waiter, good evening, how can I help you today? You, good evening. I'd like a table for 2, please. Waiter, sure. Right this way. Here are your menus. Can I get you something to drink? You, yes, I'll have a glass of water, please. Waiter, are you ready to order? You, yes, I'd like the grilled chicken with a side of vegetables. Waiter, great choice. Anything else? You, no, that's all, thank you. In this dialogue, I'd like is pronounced softly as I'd like, that's all sounds like that's all, spoken quickly and together. Here are several practical ways you can practice English more often in your daily life. 1. Practice speaking every day, even if you're alone, practice speaking English daily. Here are some ideas. Talk to yourself in English, describe what you're doing, e.g., I am cooking dinner or I'm going for a walk. Set a goal to speak in English for 10 to 15 minutes each day about different topics, e.g., your day, what you see around you, etc. 2. Use language learning apps. There are many apps that can help you practice speaking English. Duolingo, fun lessons that teach you grammar and vocabulary. HelloTalk or Tandem, you can speak with native speakers and practice English in real time. Busuu, offers interactive speaking exercises with feedback. 3. Watch English movies and TV shows. Watch movies or TV shows with subtitles to improve your listening skills and understand how native speakers talk. Start with subtitles in your language and later switch to English subtitles. Try repeating phrases from the show to mimic pronunciation and speaking patterns. 4. Join English speaking groups. Find a language exchange group or conversation club to meet people who are also learning English or native speakers. In-person meetups. Check local libraries, community centers, or websites like meetup.com, online conversation groups, websites like Speaky, Conversation Exchange, or even Facebook groups offer opportunities to practice English with others. 5. Use English for social media. Engage with social media in English to get more practice. Write posts in English. Share about your day, thoughts, or hobbies. Comment on English-speaking videos on YouTube or social media platforms. Follow English language accounts that interest you, like cooking, technology, or travel. 6. Read aloud. Take a book, article, or news story and read it out loud. Focus on pronouncing words clearly. You can even record yourself and listen to how you sound. 7. Practice with a language partner or tutor. find a language exchange partner who wants to learn your language while you learn English. You can talk for 30 minutes in English and then 30 minutes in your language. Hire an English tutor or join online classes where you can speak regularly and get feedback on your speaking skills. 8. Write daily in English. Keep a daily journal in English. Write about your day, your plans, or anything you like. Start with simple sentences and, over time, add more details. 9. Practice using flashcards. Use apps like Anki or Quizlet to create flashcards for new vocabulary words. Practice saying the words out loud when you review them to improve your speaking fluency. 10. Shadowing technique. Shadowing is a great method for practicing pronunciation. Here's how to do it. Listen to a native English speaker, on YouTube, podcasts, or TV. Repeat what they say immediately after, trying to copy their accent, intonation, and speaking speed. Do this regularly, and you'll improve both your pronunciation and fluency. 11. Practice with voice assistants. Use voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa. You can ask questions, set reminders, or have short conversations. This is a fun way to practice pronunciation and get instant feedback. 12. Use podcasts and audio lessons. Listen to English language podcasts, especially those designed for English learners like The English We Speak, BBC, or ESL Pod. Pause the podcast and repeat sentences to practice speaking along. Daily routine example. 1. Morning. Talk about your plans for the day in English. 2. Afternoon. Listen to an English podcast and practice shadowing for 10 minutes. 3. Evening. Watch an English TV show with subtitles and repeat phrases out loud. 4. Before bed, write a short diary entry in English about your day. Practicing English every day will make you more confident over time. Let me know if you'd like help with any specific areas. Improving fluency in English takes consistent practice and exposure. Fluency is the ability to speak smoothly, confidently, and without long pauses, so it's important to work on both speaking speed and accuracy. Here are some effective strategies to improve your fluency. 1. Think in English. One of the best ways to increase fluency is to think in English. Avoid translating from your native language to English in your head. Start with simple thoughts like I need to buy some milk or it's a nice day. Over time, think in full sentences and longer thoughts. 2. Speak out loud regularly. Practice speaking every day, even if you're alone. Talking to yourself in English helps your brain get used to forming sentences quickly. Describe what you're doing. For example, if you're cooking, say, now I'm cutting the vegetables, and next I'll boil the pasta. 3. Shadow native speakers. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say immediately, trying to mimic their speed, rhythm, and pronunciation. Choose a podcast, video, or interview, and repeat after the speaker. This improves both fluency and pronunciation. 4. Use chunks of language. Chunks are groups of words that native speakers use together naturally, like, I'd like to, or, what do you think? Instead of thinking of single words, try learning and using these common phrases. This helps you speak faster and more naturally. 5. Practice with time pressure. Set a timer for 1 to 2 minutes and pick a topic, e.g., my favorite hobby or my daily routine. Speak continuously for the whole time without stopping. This will push you to think and speak faster. Gradually increase the time and try to speak about more complex topics as you improve. 6. Engage in conversations with native speakers. Find opportunities to speak with native or fluent English speakers. You can use apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or join online conversation groups. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to get comfortable speaking continuously. 7. Improve your listening skills. Fluency is closely connected to listening. Listen to native speakers and pay attention to how they link words together, their intonation, and pronunciation patterns. Watch TV shows, movies, and listen to podcasts to expose yourself to different accents and speaking styles. 8. Reduce filler words. Try to avoid using filler words like and you know too often. These can slow down your speech and make you less fluent. Instead, take short pauses to collect your thoughts if needed. Pauses are natural in conversation and can make you sound more confident. 9. Expand your vocabulary. The more vocabulary you know, the easier it will be to speak fluently. Focus on learning useful, everyday vocabulary and phrases. This way, when you're speaking, you won't have to stop and think of the right word. Use tools like Anki or Quizlet for spaced repetition vocabulary practice. 10. Join English speaking clubs or classes. If possible, join conversation clubs or English speaking classes where the main focus is on speaking. Participating in group conversations will push you to speak more and develop fluency through interaction. 11. Use role-playing exercises. Practice real-life scenarios like ordering food, making an appointment, or giving directions. Pretend you're in a specific situation and speak as you would in that context. If you have a language partner or tutor, you can role-play common situations like interviews, meetings, or social conversations. 13. Set speaking challenges. Challenge yourself to speak for longer periods about a topic without stopping. For example, start with 1 minute and gradually increase to 3, 5, or even 10 minutes. 14. Relax and enjoy the process. The more comfortable you are, the more fluent you'll become. Don't be afraid of mistakes, they're part of learning. Focus on communicating ideas rather than being perfect. Stay positive and recognize your progress as you go along. Celebrate small improvements. The importance of listening in English learning. Listening is one of the foundational skills in language acquisition and plays a pivotal role in learning English effectively. It is often overlooked in favor of speaking, reading, and writing, yet it is the skill that facilitates understanding and communication, which are essential for mastering any language. Developing good listening skills can significantly enhance a learner's ability to comprehend spoken English, improve pronunciation, and expand vocabulary. This essay will explore the various reasons why listening is crucial in English learning, delving into its impact on comprehension, pronunciation, vocabulary acquisition, and overall communication skills. 1. Listening enhances comprehension. Listening is the primary way we receive information in our native language, and it remains equally important in learning a new language like English. When we listen, we are exposed to the natural rhythm, intonation, and stress patterns of the language, which are critical for understanding meaning. Unlike reading, which allows one to revisit and analyze the text, listening requires immediate processing of information, making it a real-time exercise in comprehension. For English learners, this means being able to follow conversations, instructions, and narratives as they unfold, which is a crucial skill for both academic and real-world contexts. Exposure to different accents, dialects, and speaking speeds through listening helps learners become more adaptable in understanding English as it is spoken in various parts of the world. For instance, listening to British English podcasts, American movies, and Australian news broadcasts can train the ear to recognize different pronunciations and vocabulary usage. This versatility in comprehension is essential, especially in a globalized world where English speakers from diverse backgrounds communicate daily. 2. Listening improves pronunciation. Good listening skills are directly linked to accurate pronunciation. By carefully listening to native speakers, learners can pick up the subtle nuances of how sounds are produced, which syllables are stressed, and the rhythm of natural speech. This is particularly important in English, where pronunciation can greatly alter the meaning of words. For example, the difference between desert, a dry region, and dessert, a sweet dish, is a matter of pronunciation. Learners who neglect listening may struggle with these distinctions, leading to misunderstandings. Listening to native speakers provides models for learners to imitate. This process, known as shadowing, involves repeating what is heard as closely as possible. By doing so, learners can practice not only the correct pronunciation of words but also the intonation and cadence of entire sentences. This practice helps develop muscle memory for producing sounds that may not exist in the learner's native language, thereby improving their spoken English over time. 3. Listening aids vocabulary acquisition. One of the most effective ways to acquire new vocabulary is through context, and listening provides ample opportunities for this. When learners hear new words in context, they can often infer their meanings based on the surrounding information. This contextual learning is more effective than rote memorization because it demonstrates how words are used in real-life situations. For example, hearing the word astonished in a sentence like, "She was astonished by the beautiful sunset," helps learners understand that it means being surprised or amazed. Moreover, listening exposes learners to colloquial expressions, idioms, and slang that are not typically found in textbooks. Understanding these elements of spoken English is crucial for engaging in casual conversations and understanding native speakers fully. 4. Listening develops overall communication skills. Effective communication in any language involves not just speaking but also listening actively and responding appropriately. Good listeners are better conversationalists because they can pick up on cues, understand the nuances of what is being said, and provide relevant responses. In English learning, developing good listening skills enables learners to engage in meaningful dialogues, ask clarifying questions, and offer thoughtful replies, all of which are essential for successful communication. Active listening also fosters empathy and cultural understanding, which are important components of communication. By listening to diverse voices and perspectives, learners can gain insights into different cultures and social norms. This cultural competence is particularly important in English, which is spoken by people from a wide variety of cultural backgrounds. Understanding these nuances can help learners navigate social interactions more effectively, whether in academic, professional, or personal settings. 5. Listening supports learning autonomy. Listening to English content independently, such as podcasts, audiobooks, and radio shows, allows learners to take control of their own learning process. This autonomy is crucial for maintaining motivation and consistency in language learning. Unlike traditional classroom settings, where the pace and content are dictated by a curriculum, independent listening gives learners the freedom to choose topics that interest them, set their own pace, and practice at times that are convenient for them. Additionally, with the proliferation of digital resources, learners have access to a vast array of listening materials suited to different proficiency levels and interests. From beginner-level audio courses to advanced academic lectures, there is content available for every learner. This abundance of resources empowers learners to create a personalized learning environment. 6. Listening enhances listening skills in academic and professional settings. In academic settings, strong listening skills are essential for success. Lectures, seminars, and group discussions all require the ability to follow complex arguments, take effective notes, and ask pertinent questions. For non-native English speakers, the challenge is even greater, as they must do all this while processing information in a second language. Regular listening practice can build the stamina and focus needed to perform well in such environments. In professional settings, listening is equally important. Whether attending meetings, participating in conference calls, or engaging with clients, the ability to understand and interpret spoken English accurately is crucial. Misunderstandings in these contexts can lead to serious consequences, from project delays to strained relationships. By honing their listening skills, professionals can ensure that they are fully engaged and responsive in their interactions, thereby enhancing their effectiveness and credibility. 7. Listening as a gateway to fluency. Ultimately, listening is the gateway to fluency. It is through listening that learners are first exposed to the language, and it remains the primary way they will continue to learn and refine their skills. Fluent speakers are those who can not only produce language accurately but also understand it effortlessly in real time. This level of proficiency comes from extensive listening practice, which trains the brain to process English naturally and efficiently. Fluency involves more than just the ability to speak quickly or without hesitation. It requires the capacity to understand and respond to language in all its complexity. This includes grasping implied meanings, detecting humor or sarcasm, and recognizing cultural references, all of which are best learned through listening. For learners aspiring to achieve true fluency, prioritizing listening practice is essential. Conclusion. In conclusion, listening is a fundamental component of English learning that supports every other language skill. It enhances comprehension, improves pronunciation, aids in vocabulary acquisition, and develops overall communication abilities. Moreover, it fosters learning autonomy, prepares learners for academic and professional environments, and is crucial for achieving fluency. By integrating regular listening practice into their study routines, learners can significantly accelerate their English language development and become more confident and competent speakers. In a world where English is a key medium of global communication, the importance of listening cannot be overstated. This essay covers the main points of why listening is critical for English learning and provides a thorough exploration of each aspect. It emphasizes the multifaceted role of listening in building a solid foundation for language proficiency. Improving your English can be achieved through a combination of strategies that target different skills, including reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Here are some practical tips to help you enhance your proficiency. 1. Reading. Read regularly. Choose books, articles, and blogs that interest you. Start with simpler texts and gradually move to more complex materials. Expand vocabulary. Use a dictionary or a vocabulary app to learn new words. Try to use these words in sentences to reinforce your learning. Read aloud. This helps with pronunciation and understanding sentence structure. 2. Writing. Practice writing daily. Keep a journal, write essays, or blog in English. Focus on expressing your thoughts clearly and accurately. Learn grammar rules. Review common grammar rules and practice them. Use grammar check tools to correct mistakes. Get feedback. Share your writing with others and ask for constructive feedback. Online communities like Reddit's r/English Learning can be helpful. 3. Listening. Watch movies and TV shows. Choose content with subtitles if you're a beginner, then switch to English subtitles, and eventually turn them off. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Pick topics that interest you. This can help you get accustomed to different accents and speed of speech. Repeat and mimic. Listen to short clips and try to repeat what you hear. This helps with pronunciation and intonation. 4. Speaking. Practice speaking regularly. Find a language partner through apps like Tandem or HelloTalk, or join English speaking clubs. Use mirror technique. Practice speaking in front of a mirror to build confidence and improve body language. Record yourself. Record your voice and listen to it. This can help you identify areas of improvement. 5. Grammar and usage. Study grammar resources. Use books like English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy or websites like Grammarly. Practice exercises. Websites like English Page and BBC Learning English offer interactive grammar exercises. 6. Building confidence. Set achievable goals. Break down your learning into small, manageable goals, such as learning 5 new words a day. Embrace mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Don't be afraid to make them. Instead, use them as learning opportunities. 7. Engage with native content. Follow social media accounts. Engage with English-speaking content creators on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. Join online forums. Participate in discussions on Reddit, Quora, or other forums on topics you like. 8. Language immersion. Change device language. Set your phone, computer, and apps to English to get familiar with common terminology. Think in English. Try to think in English instead of your native language. It helps in forming sentences more naturally. By integrating these methods into your daily routine, you'll gradually see improvement in your English language skills. Consistency and practice are key. Tips for fluency. Achieving fluency in English involves developing the ability to speak, understand, read, and write smoothly and effortlessly. Fluency goes beyond knowing grammar rules and vocabulary. It's about being able to communicate naturally and confidently. Here are some effective tips to help you attain English fluency. 1. Practice speaking regularly. Conversational practice. Engage in daily conversations with native speakers or fellow learners. Use language exchange platforms like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Italki to find partners. Join speaking clubs. Participate in English speaking clubs or groups, either locally or online, to practice in a supportive environment. Use language meetups. Attend local language meetups or virtual meetups through platforms like Discord, aiming for fluency. 2. Think in English. Internal monologue. Try to conduct your internal thoughts in English instead of translating from your native language. This helps in forming sentences more naturally. Daily activities. Narrate your daily activities in English. For example, while cooking, think about the ingredients and steps in English. 3. Immerse yourself in English. Consume media. Watch English movies, TV shows, and YouTube channels. Listen to English music, podcasts, and audiobooks to get accustomed to different accents and speaking speeds. Read aloud. Reading books, articles, or any written material aloud can improve pronunciation and fluency. Change device settings. Set your phone, computer, and social media accounts to English to reinforce vocabulary and usage. 4. Expand your vocabulary, learn common phrases. Focus on learning phrases and expressions used in everyday conversations rather than just individual words. Use flashcards. Utilize apps like Anki or Quizlet to memorize new words and review them regularly. Contextual learning. Learn new vocabulary in context by seeing how words are used in sentences or real-life situations. 5. Shadowing technique. Listen and repeat. Choose a short audio clip or video, listen carefully, and try to mimic the speaker's pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm simultaneously. Record yourself. Record your shadowing practice and compare it to the original to identify areas for improvement. 6. Focus on pronunciation and intonation. Use pronunciation tools, websites and apps like Forvo, Pronunciation Coach, or ELSA Speak can help you practice and perfect your pronunciation. Practice stress and rhythm. English has a specific stress and rhythm pattern. Pay attention to which syllables are stressed in words and sentences. 7. Engage in active listening. Listen for understanding. Instead of passively hearing English, actively listen to grasp the meaning, context, and nuances. Transcribe audio. Write down what you hear in podcasts or videos to improve listening comprehension and reinforce learning. 8. Use language learning apps. Fluency uses real-world videos to teach language in context. Babbel focuses on conversation skills and practical vocabulary. Rosetta Stone emphasizes immersive learning. Without translations. 9. Set specific fluency goals, SMART goals. Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. For example, have a 10-minute conversation in English without hesitation by the end of the month. Track progress. Keep a journal of your practice sessions, noting improvements and areas that need more attention. 10. Reduce dependence on translation, direct association. Associate words and phrases directly with their meanings instead of translating from your native language. Use monolingual dictionaries. Rely on English dictionaries like Merriam-Webster or Oxford to understand definitions without translation. 11. Practice fluency exercises. Timed speaking. Set a timer for 1 to 2 minutes and speak continuously on a topic without stopping. Gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Storytelling. Retell stories, events, or personal experiences in English to enhance narrative skills and fluidity. 12. Receive constructive feedback. Language tutors. Hire a tutor who can provide personalized feedback and correct mistakes in real time. Peer feedback. Exchange feedback with language partners or join study groups where members critique each other's speaking and writing. 13. Embrace mistakes and stay confident. Positive mindset. Understand that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Use them as opportunities to improve. Stay persistent. Consistency is key. Regular practice, even in small amounts, leads to gradual and sustained improvement. 14. Engage with native content creators. Interact on social media. Comment on posts. participate in discussions, and engage with English-speaking content creators on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. Follow blogs and forums. Join English language forums related to your interests on sites like Reddit, Quora, or specialized communities. 15. Utilize technology and tools. Speech recognition software. Tools like Google Voice Typing or Dragon Naturally Speaking can help you practice speaking and receive instant feedback. Language games. Engage in language games that promote quick thinking and application of vocabulary and grammar. 16. Participate in public speaking. Toastmasters. Join organizations like Toastmasters International to practice public speaking in a structured and supportive environment. Presentations. Prepare and deliver presentations on topics you are passionate about to build confidence and fluency. 17. Learn idioms and slang, common expressions. Familiarize yourself with English idioms, slang, and colloquial expressions to sound more natural and understand native speakers better. Contextual usage. Learn how and when to use these expressions appropriately in conversations. 18. Maintain a balanced skill set. Integrate skills. Combine reading, writing, listening, and speaking in your practice to develop a well-rounded fluency. Holistic approach. For example, read a book, discuss it with a partner, write a summary, and listen to related podcasts to reinforce learning from multiple angles. 19. Stay motivated and enjoy the process. Find enjoyable content. Choose topics and materials that interest you to make learning enjoyable and sustainable. Celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and reward yourself for achieving your fluency goals to maintain motivation. 20. Seek professional guidance if needed. Enroll in courses. Consider taking advanced English courses focused on fluency and conversational skills, workshops and seminars. Attend workshops that emphasize interactive speaking and listening exercises. Remember, fluency is a gradual process that requires consistent effort and practice. By incorporating these tips into your daily routine and maintaining a positive attitude, you'll steadily enhance your English fluency. Stay patient, stay motivated, and enjoy your language learning journey. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.